Cracking, everybody? Welcome back. New video, new reaction. Also, hopefully, a better sound. I got my brand new mic, the Blue Yeti that Gunner sent me from Gunner's Collective, Gunner's Profiles. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Thank you for giving me this microphone. It's the best there is, okay? So, because it's the best there is, I wanted to do a review of the best there is. Big Johnny. People love when I review or react to his videos. Understand, I have no animosity towards anybody that I'm reacting to unless they're some weird case people, and I really don't even want to do a reaction to those type of people. That's not what we have here. We have Johnny. He's an OG, been in and out of the streets, the prison system, banging from a very young age, and he's got these stories. The way he tells them allows me to have fun. That's all it is. It's just fun, all right? Let's be respectful, but let's see what Johnny's got us going through today. It's called Reflections of a Gangster 10. Johnny, what's cracking?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you back to about, I say it was the summer of '89.
I was in boys camp in the summer '89. Wound up escaping and headed to the California Youth Authority, but it's not about me. What I like about this one right off the top is this. Look at Johnny. My boy got his eyes open. He's smiling, and he's not in a slingshot. Neither one of us are. Imagine that. So he looks like he's ready to roll. Let's see.
Maybe 90. Yeah, I was maybe about 16 years old, 17 years old, and I used to live in this apartment complex. We moved over there. I was on the run. I was running some serious shit that I mentioned before, and I was running, and they chased me all the way to Arizona, matter of fact. They went up there, the detectives looking for me. They went all the way to Arizona, so they wanted me pretty bad. Well, I was in this apartment complex, and it was pretty big. It maybe had like 300 units in it.
Okay, well, I don't know how long. Was that really as long as it took for Johnny to get tired on us? Johnny's eyes are going. Hey, but I think they asked him in another video why he closes his eyes when he's talking. I think it's because he really gets into it, right? Let's see.
And it was real cool, The manager right there got high and everything, so I sat right in just fine, And at that time I was moving, some shit, and there was no glass back then or none of that shit. It was a lemon drop and peanut butter crank. I was moving that shit, and I was doing it, and I met these broads along the way from dealing dope, I met these girls, and they had their own little homegirl set, They were from a hood right there where I was from, they're enemies, but these were their homegirls, and I didn't mind kicking it with them, so we're kicking it. And I was hearing, through other people that one of these girls, she was real devious, she used to set fools up, get fools caught up, do some scandalous shit.
That was an era where that was happening, but that's always been, but I know during that time, in the 90s, early 90s, it was treacherous, especially a certain neighborhood that everybody knows. Boy, their homegirls were getting a lot of people hurt.
Well, I guess after a while when I was fucking around with them, I think I messed with two of them and they got upset. And one of them went and told her homeboy that, that I was over here in this spot and it was kind of close to their hood. And I used to lock the gates in the morning and shit, let people out to work. I had the whole apartment set up. We used to call it the Roman Empire. That's what we used to call it. And we're doing it up in there, and I had got my wife pregnant and shit, so we're about to have a baby shower, So we have this baby shower, and I'm inside the house. I remember I'm inside the house, and I'm inside the kitchen, and I'm rolling some joints on the counter into the kitchen, and I hear a knock at the door, so I look to see what it is, and in walks these four dudes. I remember their faces, man. It was like yesterday. It came back to my head that this had occurred with me. Because everything I'll give you on tape, it's the truth, man. I ain't trying to sit here and bullshit nobody. Well, I'm in there rolling a joint, and they walk in, and I recognize these dudes, man. I'm like, oh fuck, man. They got me, man. They got me. Because these dudes are always got heat on them. They're always looking to get somebody. So they already had some fools that they chalked up along the way. And I'm like, damn, man, they got me, man. These motherfuckers got me. I'm inside this house. I don't got nothing on me. Where I'm at a baby shower. Well, and they walk right past me, and we walk past me. My little homeboy from my hood, he's sitting on one of those lazy boys, and They walk up to a dude, walks up to him and tells him, hey, calls him by his first name, and he tells him, I know we know each other for a long time, but you know what, man, fuck your hood. He tells my little homie, right? So I'm looking like, damn, my little homie says, man, fuck your hood. My little homie gets up, my homie tells him, let's go outside. So I thought dude was gonna do my homie right there, because dude has a reputation of just taking food straight out the box. So I'm like, man, you know, he tells my little homie that. They start to walk outside, and as they're walking out behind me, I'm looking for anything to grab, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, damn, I gotta get something. And I noticed the chopping block, you know, and in the kitchen, they got this big old block of wood, and it has all the knives in it, you know what I mean? So I grabbed the biggest handle I see, and I pull it out, and it's that big-ass butcher knife. So as they walk out, I grab the butcher knife, I stop my little cousin on the way out, I tell him, here, put in your jacket, put in your jacket. He puts in his jacket.
What?
I go to grab the next knife, and I'm pulling out, and man, when it comes out, it's that fucking flimsy-ass one that you cut the bread with. I'm like, oh my God, what? Oh my God, what did I pull out? I went to pull the next one out, it didn't come out. I pulled it up, bam, here it came. It was the big meat cleaver, the one the Chinese, you know, choose to chop all the fish and shit. Well, you know what I mean, I get that one, I slide it in my jacket, boom, and I make my way outside. As I'm getting outside, you know, it's a baby shower, so, you know, a lot of girls are there. You know, my aunts, my cousins, everybody, it's my wife's baby shower, so they're all there. And I see my aunt in the middle of my cousin and this dude.
Man, Johnny, homie, shit is about to go down, big dog. I don't know why you sightseeing, homie. You got the meat cleaver that allegedly the Asians chopped their fish with. Johnny went there. Oh man, hey Johnny, you need some cream on your hands, big dog. Them things look like they've been in the sun all day long. But hold on, let's see. Let's get some more of the sightseeing, because this is it has to be great.
These four guys, and she's telling the guy, kick back, you know, so as I'm walking up, I'm looking, and I see this one guy just reach back and say, man, fuck you, bitch. And he fucking slaps my aunt. Now, as soon as he slapped my aunt, I was like, oh, fuck. I knew that this dude was in trouble, man. I had to break this guy out. That's my aunt, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear shit from my uncle. Now his little sister got slapped. I ain't trying to get fucked off. So I walk up to these fools, and as soon as he slaps my aunt, I'm already up on them. I reach out to grab dude. When I reach out to grab dude, I grab him by his shirt, and I'm gonna take this fool's head off. I got that meat cleaver, I'm gonna fucking chop his head right off. You know, he slapped my aunt. Anybody, you know, that knows when you're growing up in the hood, you know, when you got family members from the hood, you know, if somebody puts hands on your family member, you know, that's a big no-no in anybody's book. I could imagine that's a no-no in my book. So when I go to chop this fool's face right off, my aunt goes to slap this dude, and we connect at the same time, boom, and I get my aunt's hand like about this far down. I mean, it's a big ass wound, but as soon as I hit it, I kind of stop. And when I pull out, man, I'm like, oh fuck, I hear her scream, but I still got dude by the shirt. So I get dude.
Look at Johnny, he got his tia. Oh, now he's really got to make the guy pay.
And I just start swinging this shit, and you know, when I was swinging it, I actually didn't feel anything hitting. No flares, no shoe, nothing. I mean, pants, nothing. I didn't feel shit. Well, as soon as I'm hitting him, I see one of the other four dudes. He's running up towards me.
Man, they need to change his camera angle, because Johnny's spitting everywhere. There's a puddle all around him. But look at him. He's tearing it up right now.
So I pushed dude to the side. I guess when I pushed dude to the side, my little cousin was behind me with that big-ass butcher knife and just let that fool have it. Boom, hit him. I guess you hit the ground, I don't know. But the second dude came, and I remember he had this knife. You know, he had like one of those buck knives that you carry, you know. It's not that long, but he went to stab me with it, and I just stuck my hand out, you know, like, and for some reason his fucking fist hit right in my hand, and the fucking knife just like right between the fingers. I mean, it was right there where I had it, and I was like, what the fuck? I had his hand, and I hit him about two, 3 times on the side right here in his leg, and he falls down, right? He falls down. Well, when he falls down, another dude's coming to rush me. And as soon as he comes to rush me, I just...
How many? There was only 4 of them. It's hard to see. He's spitting everywhere right now.
Swing that thing, and I swear, man, this shit hit like right on the top of his forehead, back into his head like this. And that shit's pretty big. It's about like that, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's gonna...
He showed him both sides of it. You see that? He showed him both sides of the knife. Let's look at that again. Hold on, Dave. That shit, Johnny's funny. He crazy as hell, Johnny. This is a good one, though. I like this one.
Right on the top of his forehead, back into his head like this, and that shit's pretty big. It's
That's
about,
the front. That's the front.
like that. You know what I mean?
That's the back.
You know what I mean? It's gonna do some damage. They're really sharp. If you seen.
Greatest storyteller ever. He wanted you to know the front and the back of it. Detail you don't get anywhere else but with Johnny.
I mean, you look at the motherfuckers. They're like a Ginsu fucking. They call it the meat cleaver. Well, I hit this dude, and hits his head, boom. And as soon as he hits his head, I feel somebody grabbing me, I guess to stop me, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people, but remember, there's a lot of women there. There's not really many men there. Because the baby shower, so as he pulls me back, I remember, man, I go back and I just feel that blade just come out. Like, he made a weird noise, like, and as soon as it came out, blood just squirt. Now, when the blood squirt all on me, on my face, you know what I mean? My hands, all my shirt, my pants, his blood squirt on me, and I was like, what the fuck? When I came to,
Wait, did he faint? What? Wait, Johnny. What? Johnny doesn't ever faint, eh? But let's just listen to this again.
All my shirt, my pants, his blood squirt on me, and I was like, what the fuck? When I came to, I'm looking around, man, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? I can't see because the blood's in my eyes, in my face, so I'll try to wipe it out.
Is there any blood left in that guy's body? Ching. Oh, shit. What is he doing? The Cabbage Patch. He's doing the Cabbage Patch. Give him a second.
I'm trying to look, and when I look to the side, the first dude that initially, the one that slapped my aunt,
get his ass.
My head pauses. I gotta get this fool, because I'm not done with him.
Absolutely not. Get his ass, Johnny. That one is the one.
You know what I mean? His homeboy, I can't, so he stopped the process for me fucking this dude off. Well, as soon as I turned around to look, there's this guy and his homies, the other two that were there, they pick him up, and when they pick him up off the floor, when they pick him up, it reminds me of when the Incredible Hulk.
Is my microphone waterproof? Gunner, let me know if this thing's waterproof, because I think it's about to electrocute me right now. There's a lot of spitation going on, like in a major way.
When he gets real big and then he gets down to regular man size again, his clothes are just shredded. Well, this is how that fool looked when they picked him up. His clothes were just hanging from his body. I guess when I hit him with that thing, later I found out that I hit him a lot of times, but it's like a big razor blade. So I guess when I was going through, it wasn't really feeling anything, but when you cut yourself with a razor blade, it gets like white and then pink and then blood comes out, seeps real slow.
True story. It'll open up white, and then you start seeing little dots of blood, and then it just pours out. But so my boy gave him like the Walking Dead outfit after he hit him, huh? Amazing.
Because remember, I want to get this dude again. I didn't think I got him too good. Apparently, I got him real good because he was in the hospital for like 2-3 days. You know what I mean? And he had he has a gang of slices on him. The other dude got the forehead shot. And it's trippy because all these dudes, back when I was growing up, these three guys right here were some pretty tough, motherfuckers out of their hood, out of their area. One of the dudes there, I always don't say no names, give no names to who it is. I'm just letting it be known this is some real shit. These fools right here were, how can we say, erasing motherfuckers as we're going along. That's the best way I can say it. And I knew this, and a couple of these people that these guys got were my childhood friends, And I always wanted to get this dude, but I always had to be cautious because these guys, man, they just held weapons, man. They all went and did life sentences. I think one of them did like 20 and got out a couple years back. But, when I got these dudes, once I came to and I was saying, I seen them walk this guy away, I looked to the side and I remember the look in my not just my aunt's eyes, but my mother-in-law was there, my sister-in-law, and they're all sitting around and they're just looking at me, and I can imagine how I look, man. You know what I mean? I'm fucking full of blood. I did this to these dudes, and I was like, man, I'm like, I'm gonna marry. I want to marry this lady's daughter, and this lady just seen me, chop these three dudes up with a fucking meat cleaver, and. The reason I did it really was because the way the dude reached back and he slapped my aunt. He slapped her pretty good. You know what I mean? He slapped her very well.
He slapped her very well. This is why Johnny's a gold mine. Look, I'm not saying what he saying he did isn't true. I'm just saying the way he tells a story allows me to tell a story. Huh? Peanut butter and jelly. Uh-huh.
The way I found out about the guy that I got, the first one I got is because my aunt had to go to the doctor to sew her hand up. You know what I mean? And they tried to connect the shit, whatever, but it didn't work. Well, these dudes I knew after that I had to look out for them. You know, I had to watch them, you know, make sure they didn't come and get me. And eventually, I was kicking back. It was like midnight. And I'm kicking back right there with the homie. We're smoking some shit. And then I tell him, man, I'm going to go upstairs real quick. So, you know, as I go upstairs, I'm going to go get my thing I put away. You know, I had put it behind the heater in the house. I'm going to get it. And all of a sudden, outside, I hear some voices. So I go to the back window and I look out. And lo and behold, it's fucking two of the guys.
Lo and behold, Johnny, that's his phrase. That guy should make a shirt, lo and behold shirt. I guarantee he'll sell, especially after these reactions. Johnny, you have a saying, lo and behold. Put a picture of Johnny on the t-shirt and put lo and behold. It's $1 million idea right there. You're welcome, Johnny.
That came that one day, two of them right there, they got these two fools that I was kicking it with. And I see this dude with a shotgun. He has the shotgun out on one of the guys, man, and he's questioning him. And I'm looking down and I'm like, man, my mother-in-law is sleeping in the next room. If I go out my window and I shoot at these dudes, man, I'm going to get caught. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to get up. I'm going to get caught. I live here. I can't do that. So I listen in, man, and I hear this dude telling this guy, man, he's asking for me. I'm like, fuck. He's asking for me. The dude's telling him that it's not him. The dude's showing him his tattoos and shit because the dude's from East LA. So he's showing him tattoos and shit, and the dude tells him, yeah, well, you know, you let Johnny know that we're coming looking for him. So I was like, man, you know what I mean? Now it's getting to something bigger, you know what I mean? And he has this other dude with him that's kind of older, and I'm like, oh, wait up, you know what I mean? He brought his older homie with him, you know what I mean? Something must be amiss here. So I go and I want to investigate what the fuck is going on because I'm curious because the older guy came, you know. I'm a youngster like this dude, you know, we're dealing with our mess, and this older guy's getting involved. I want to find out what's going on. Well, I had some family members that were from that hood. So I questioned, you know, what was going on. Lo and behold, I find out that this guy told his homies that I caught him. I set him up in the backyard in his school. You know what I mean? I told him to come over and kick it and get high and drink and all that. It's all bullshit because we don't get along. I would never tell a guy to come kick it with me. I know his reputation. I know what he's capable of. I mean, I heard through the grapevine for $5, he fucking awesome fool. You know what I mean? For $5. And I was like, man, this dude's real treacherous. So I would have never invited that fool anywhere. You know what I mean? I would never took him with me anywhere, did he? But he stayed at that. So now his older homies, they're looking for me now. So I'm like, wait up, man. This fool went and lied on this shit, you know. Never ever did he ever put in there that he put hands on my aunt. He never ever put that in there. But I knew that was my ace in the hole, you know. Once he did that act right there, I could have did anything I wanted to him. So, you know what I mean? He was gonna be in trouble anyways. But once I seen his homies and they came strapped up to get me, you know what I mean? They came to get me. I was at a barbecue pit, you know what I mean? I had a little something with me, but there was about 5 of them. They all had straps and they came to get me, you know. And I told the older dude that was there, I told him, man, you know, the only reason I did that to him was because, you know, he put hands on my aunt. He slapped my aunt. The older dude looked at me like, what do you mean? And he said, who's your aunt? I told him who my aunt was. He knew exactly who she was because she was married to one of his homeboys years back. So he go and they get this fool and, you know, they...
Machalon! Shoo! You said, let me take this shirt off when I take my picture. And he got stray bands on. Not Ray-Bans, but stray bands. Machalon, check him out, eh? It's Johnny.
They tell him and whatever, he gives his story, whatever. And I don't see these fools no more. Well, I get busted and I was on the run for that shit. I told you when I get busted. And I get to the county, I'm in the chow hall and I'm eating. And I see this fool walk in. I'm like, oh, I got him. Oh man, I'm in the county, I got I got this fool. Well, I told him, you know, hey, meet me at the escalator, you know, because I seen him. I told him, hey, man, you talking? Come on, meet me at the escalator. And I figured he was going to come. Because he's a gang member, you know, he's with the business. But sometimes out there on the streets, and many people know that anybody could pull a trigger out there, anybody. You know, there's any people out there pull triggers 15, 14 years old. They just pull it just because they want to see somebody get hurt, you know what I mean? Me, I was kind of different, you know, and the only reason I got a weapon that one time was because of the fact that these guys had a reputation of doing bad things to people. And I didn't want to be one of those statistics where they got me and they got me good. Another thing was from the beginning when he came, He came and, you know, he entered a baby shower. He didn't enter no party. There was no DJ, motherfucking lights and everything going on. So, you know, he came to hurt me, so I hurt him. You know what I mean? And
we got you, Johnny.
I found out how they were, you know. I seen the dude later in time. He didn't come to the escalator that time. I called him in the county. He didn't come, you know, and he knows who he is, so I'm not sitting.
What are those? Mark, you ain't right, Mark. What are those?
You're bullshitting about him. He didn't come, man. After that, way after that, I seen him again, you know what I mean? And we were right, you know, one tank, he was on the other tank.
And nobody better say anything, man, because you know if you're with your friend and your friend wears something like that, you're going to be like, you can't even get in my car. We're going to go out, we're going to go to the club and try to pick up on some women, and you did that. You did that.
And he was talking shit, and I told him, show these fools what I did to you. Take your shirt off, you know. And he took it off, and this fool had zippers that were tattooed on him. I guess everywhere I sliced him with the ME cleaver, he had zippers on there tattooed, and he had a lot of zippers, man. This fool had a lot of zippers, and I know he was upset. You know what I mean? He got more upset when I told him take your shirt off in the holding tank, and the homies were in there with him, so he had to take his shirt off. He had no choice. But that's what he gets for having a big mouth, you know. This dude, I heard that he went and did 20-something years, and he got out, you know, recently, you know. So, you know, parts of being a gangster, like I always say, there's good parts and there's bad parts. I didn't enjoy hurting
there's spit parts.
This dude, Mark, but the thing about it is that the steps he took and the things he did only made me, you know what I mean, I had an obligation to take care of this fool, you know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, stabbing this fool that many times, I feel that he had it coming, but at the same time, you know, afterwards I felt kind of bad that I did that, you know, because a lot of times when I did shit, being a gangster and growing up the lifestyle that I went through with all my family being gang members, a lot of the shit I did, I didn't do it because I really liked doing it. I did it because by obligation, I knew that if I didn't do it, you know, I would get scolded by my family, you know.
Lo and behold, we're almost done with this video. I don't know where it's going to go, but I feel like we've done enough. Johnny has done enough. Johnny has, he called it ginsued or ginsued somebody, zippered him up, cut his own tia's hand. That was crazy, right? Then he did the cartoon game. He damn near bled somebody out. But the guy, this story, man, is gruesome. And I appreciate you for telling it, Johnny. I appreciate every story you tell. And if you guys want me to react to more of his stories, make sure you let me know. But, and also I hope that this sound is a whole lot better. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I tend to be loud, I know it. But anyways, everybody stay safe, stay smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.